Welcome students. I am Pooja Sakalkar, Assistant Professor at Kamal College of Arts, Science and Commerce for Women, and today we are going to look at module number 7 of paper BOC 102, that is Biodiversity 2, Unit Pteridophytes. So the module name is Vegetative and Asexual Reproduction of Xyloterm, module 7. To give you an outline of this lecture, first we will look at the modes of reproduction in Xyloterm, then we'll look at the types of vegetative reproduction in Xyloterm, and finally we'll see how Xyloterm reproduces through spore formation. This module outlines the modes of reproduction in Xyloterm. It describes the vegetative modes of reproduction in Xyloterm. It explains the methods of reproduction through spore formation in Xyloterm. A brief overview of how Xyloterm reproduces. Xyloterm has three basic modes of reproduction. That is, it reproduces through vegetative propagation, it reproduces through spore formation, and it also reproduces through sexual reproduction, that is through gamete formation. Today in this module, that is module 7, we are going to look at the first two modes of reproduction. Vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction is mainly through gamete formation, and this gamete formation is seen in the sporophyte as well as the gametophyte. Besides that, the gametophyte also produces vegetative buds and it reproduces through vegetative buds. First is propagation through gamete. Gamete are nothing but minute ovoid and multicellular outgrowths. They are 8 to 12 cells at maturity. This is how the gamete looks when it is attached to the rhizome. The cells of the gamete are thin-walled and they are rich in reserve food, that is starch. Gamete formation was first observed in Xyloterm nudum by Holloway in 1939 and later Weghorst in 1954 studied it more in detail. How do gamete develop? So gamete are formed both on the sporophytic and gametophytic plant body. They are small oval structure of one cell in thickness and they protrude out as such initially, and later on they divide and grow through the two-sided apical cells to form an ovoid structure. When the gamete are produced on the sporophyte, they are mostly formed near the apex of the rhizome, and when they are produced on the gametophyte, they are formed on the prothallus from the terminal rhizoidal cells. These gamete may germinate when they are still attached to the plant body, or they may germinate after detaching and falling on the suitable substratum. When the gamete originates from the sporophyte, it will germinate to give a new sporophyte, and when it originates from the gametophyte, it will germinate to give a new prothallus. Now you know the difference between the sporophyte and the gametophyte. Sporophytes are diploid in nature, whereas gametophytes are haploid in nature. Next, after gamete formation, the next type of vegetative propagation is through production of vegetative buds. Vegetative buds are small outgrowths that develop from the cell surfaces just like the gamete. However, they differ from the gamete in their mode of origin. Vegetative buds develop directly on the prothallus of the gametophyte, but while the gamete arise from the terminal ends of the rhizoid. Next, let us look at how Xyloterm reproduces through spore formation. Sporophytes produce spores in a complex trilobe structure called as synangium. So in this image you can see this globular structure here. These are nothing but they are called as single one is called as synangium, and when we are referring to more than one, they are called as synangia. So what is this synangium? Synangium is a trilobed structure. It is 2 to 3 millimeter in diameter. It is borne at the axils of the forked bracts. You can see the forked bracts here. Each synangium consists of 3 chambers or locules. If you take a section through the synangium, you will be able to see 3 locules or 3 chambers. So you can see here, when you take a longitudinal section through the synangium, this is how it will appear when you take a transverse section through the syringium, this is how it will appear. As I just told you, there are 3 locules or 3 chambers in which lot of spores are produced. Now let us look at the wall of the syringium. The wall of the syringium is made up of 3 to 4 layers of cells. The outer layer forms the epidermis. What is depicted in green here is the epidermal layer. The inner layer separates the 3 locules. You can see here these inner layers of the wall are separating the entire area into 3 chambers or 3 locules. Each locule is filled with a large number of homosporous spores. That is, the spores are all of one type. That's why they are called as homosporous. When the syringium matures and when it has to dehisce, when it has to liberate the spores, the syringium splits up through 3 slits to release the spores. So you can see here in the epidermal region, areas where the epidermis is little thin, those are the slit regions. So when the syringium will mature, they will split up from here, here and here. Next, so the spores are released from the syringium. Now let us look at what happens when they germinate. So germination of spores. It takes about 3 to 4 months after liberation from the syringium for the spores to germinate. For germination, they will absorb water, and when they absorb water, they swell up, and when they swell up, the outer wall of the spore will split open. So that is the point where the germination begins. So slowly it will germinate and it will develop into a prothallus. So it is initially single cell which will undergo mitosis to produce many cells, and it will give a structure which is called as a prothallus. This is the gametophytic phase. This is the prothallus is the thallus, that is the gametophyte of the plant. So during the development, the prothallus gets colonized by mycorrhizal fungus. Xylotome, the prothallus of Xylotome has mycorrhizal association. So this is the point when the germination and the development of the prothallus happens. That is the time when the mycorrhizal fungus will come and colonize the prothallus. So these are the set of references and the web links that I have referred to during the preparation of this module. Thank you.